up, miracle makers? It's me again, Victoria Masters. If you're new here, click subscribe and go ahead and turn on that bell notification so you can be the first to know. Right now it is July 1st, 2020, and I am intending and committing to a new YouTube video every single day for this month. Just as a celebration, to celebrate ahead the fact that this YouTube channel will be monetized by the end of this month. And I'm just believing it, I'm speaking it. We're gonna go viral. Like, our miracle makers are gonna be making things happen, right? So let's get started with today's video. This is all about Mental Diet 101. I'm gonna have a masterclass all about this. It's gonna be really affordable, and as soon as it is ready, it will be in the description box below. If you need email coaching, DM coaching, one-on-one FaceTime sessions, whatever you need, go ahead and go to my website, which should be in the description box below. And if the website isn't ready yet, then you can go ahead and see my email address and get direct access to me that way. Okay, let's get started. I'm talking super fast right now because I want to cover as much as possible in 10 minutes. I want the next 10 minutes to be super laser focused on mental diet, what it means, how to use it, why it's important, how to capitalize on your thoughts, and so on and so forth. So here's the deal. Science says that there's about 20,000 to 60,000 plus thoughts every single day. That's a lot. Let's think about how many of those we're actually consciously aware of, that actually we can like remember or think about in the moment, or kind of, you know, that like really pop up in our day-to-day. Now magnify that and multiply that by thousands and thousands and thousands of those subconscious beliefs and subconscious thoughts that are shaping our reality in every single moment that we don't notice. Okay, so the awareness of even the fact that we have so many thoughts is a great first step. If you see me looking off back and forth to the middle and the side, I'm filming this on my phone, so it's usually easier for me to just look in the middle. But my homie Nate, he said that it's driving him crazy that I'm not looking directly in the camera. So I'm trying to be aware of that. Okay, squirrel, side note. Thanks, Nate, if you're watching this, which you better be. But so anyway, so the very awareness of just like the sheer volume of thoughts that we have all the time are like the impact that they can have on our day-to-day should be exciting. It shouldn't be overwhelming. I know it can be like a little overwhelming, like holy shish kebab. We think so many thoughts. We have so many things running through our brain at any given time. Our like computer, like our little computer people that live in our brain are like just on the whole entire day. And those are the things that we believe, or I should say I believe, and that other miracle makers in our community believe, that are shaping the world that we are living in. Not just our personal world, but our collective world. Some of these thoughts are shaped by our childhood. Some of these thoughts are shaped by society and the media and clever marketing. Some of these are shaped by how we were raised and our upbringings, and our personal experiences in the moment. And sometimes it's just, some of these thoughts can shift and change, and they can make us be with who we're with. They can shape why we do the things we do, why we talk to who we talk to, why we have the jobs that we have. Like, our thoughts are literally creating in real time at all times. But what I want you to do is think of this and flip the script and reframe it to how exciting that is. Because if we believe that our thoughts are creating the world we live in, then with mental diet, that means that we can have a strict, hold on what we are thinking as they come up, as these thoughts come up. and really start to shift them and reframe them. So for example, say one of your goals this month is a sales goal. So say that you work in sales and you usually hit, $30,000 in volume, and you want to hit $60,000 in volume. Then maybe when it's June 15th and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so far behind, there's no possible way that I'll hit this sales goal, that you instantly retract that thought and you go, no bitch, like not true. Like I could shift that in a day. I could shift that in a moment. Like all it takes is one really good sale and I can freaking knock that out of the park, right? And to notice these thoughts as they come on all throughout the day. When it comes to something not so easygoing and a little bit more complicated, when it comes to, say, relationships. Say it's a relationship with a family member, right? Like you're like trying to rebuild a relationship with, say, your mother, and you've had like a really challenging life growing up, and you have like a lot of animosity towards her, or you don't understand why she did the things she did when you were a child or whatever, but you're trying to make like a true effort in your adulthood to maintain a new relationship with her. Then what you'd want to do is every time she pisses you off, or every time you get triggered from seeing a meme, or every time you get a little jealous because you see another mother-daughter relationship, by the way, Mom, if you're watching this, like, we're good. I'm just using this as an example. But regardless of that, it's saying, whoa, stop. Mental diet. Like, okay, this thought's coming up. I'm thinking of the time my mom was a raging bitch, or my mom left me to go do this, or my mom picked an ex-boyfriend over me, or whatever it is that's coming up. Then you're going to say, and you're going to shift out of that reality, and you're going to shift into the reality that you want to be in. Wow, okay, no, stop. You know what? The new situation is that me and my mom have a great relationship. We're closer than ever. So a lot of people would say, okay, I don't want to fake it till I make it. I don't want to like put down my feelings and put down and be fake. Okay, I'm going to say this, and I'll be the first one to admit that the way I've coached before versus how I'm coaching now, this may be a little contradictory. Why couldn't I say that word? I don't know. But so before I would say, like, very much so, let's dig to the root, dig to the root. Here's the deal, you guys. Dig into the root. Like, you can be aware of something and why it's affecting you the way it's affecting you, and I highly suggest that. And I would even suggest, okay, acknowledging the feeling and being in the feeling for a moment if you need to. Like, not saying don't cry ever or don't be sad ever, but what I'm saying is like, if we want to shift out of that and we want to move out of that, like, be like, okay, yeah, like, my mom did some fucked up stuff before. And I really hurt me as a child, but like, I'm an adult now and I really want to not be disappointed, but also like, I'm gonna understand that people might disappoint me a little bit sometimes. So you know what? Like, no, we have a great relationship. We're working on this every day. Every day it's getting better and better. Me and my mom are as strong as we can possibly be. Actually, we're getting even better day by day. Moment by moment, things are looking up. My mom's probably going to invite me on a mother-daughter trip before I know it. Do you see how like differently that experience is? How you can shift out of that? If you think like, oh, something bad always happens to me, then yeah, like, get to the reason. Why do we believe that? Like, who told you that? Or what experience in life led you to believe that? Sure, like, dig up the root, become aware of it, but then no, everything's going in my favor. Everything is easy and natural to me. I'm like a magnet for miracles. I'm like a magnet for opportunities. I'm going to get that job. I'm going to get that experience. I'm going to get that TV show. I'm going to get that man. I'm going to get that girl. Like, whatever you want, if you can shift out of it through being super hyper aware of the thoughts that are coming in and day out, you'll be able to shift out of it very, very quickly. So what's interesting, like a little side note about me personally practicing mental diet now, is that I consider myself a pretty positive person. I consider myself pretty good at my gosh darn job. Like, I consider myself, not that I haven't had anything wrong or whatever in my life, but like, I figured I'm pretty good at reframing things and shifting things, right? Until I started practicing mental diet and becoming like hyper aware of the thoughts I was experiencing all the time. And I was like, whoa, like how do I say that I forgive someone, or how do I say that I'm living in a state of joy or a state of forgiveness when 90% of my thoughts that are popping up are saying like, ooh, that person's gonna disappoint you. Ooh, people are disappointing. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, remember when so-and-so hurt you? Oh, remember when this happened? Or, oh, he's not gonna wanna do this because he's such a dick now. Or, oh, like over and over and over again all throughout the day. And I'm like, holy moly. Yo, my poor brain, like my poor vibe, like my poor, like I'm sitting here like praising God, like praying and saying like, God, I'm praying for these things and this is going to happen and I'm trusting that this is going to happen on your behalf. But yet my mental diet is saying like, I don't believe this is going to happen. I believe that person's a piece of shit. I believe that this is not going to go in my way. I believe that so-and-so is always going to win or whatever. And I don't feel worthy of accepting that. Like those are thoughts that went through my head and I'm like, wait a minute. If I consider myself a pretty positive person and had a pretty good grasp on reframing and things like that, and this one simple shift in my life of practicing mental diet has shown me how negative I am, like, holy smokes, y'all. What about the everyday Joe? What about the everyday Jane that's like, no, like, I don't care about being particularly happy or positive or in a good mood? Like their minds must be on crazy. Now, I do want to say this. I don't believe you always have to be in a state of joy or happiness or anything like that to get what you want. I actually don't believe that at all anymore. I believe it can shift your experience and give you a better experience, right? Because who wants to be miserable all the time? But miserable people get what they want all the time. What I have learned is, and we'll see more about this in the law of assumption video, is that what you assume to be true is what's truth. Like what you assume to happen is what's going to happen. And in all of that to say, like if my thoughts are assumptions about other people or about how something's going to go for me or how, if I'm going to get the job or not, or if I deserve something or if I'm worthy of something, then guess what, baby? Mental diet, boo. Like, we got to be on our mental diet. Anyway, I've gone over my allotted 10 minutes I wanted to give myself. So on that note, I'm going to head out. Love you guys. Make sure to comment below. Mental diet for life. Share this video with someone who will benefit from it. I love y'all. Goodbye.